Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Um, Today I'm going to be sorting out my sticker collection. Um, I have this B-Sides and Rarities Travelers Company sticker paper insert that I've been meaning to set up for months now. That I cut these little tabs into. Um, and I've been meaning to essentially put a few stickers from each of the categories in my reusable sticker albums into this Traveler's Notebook insert so that I've got them for on the go. Like if I'm traveling, or even if I just want to just do a bit of planning away from home and I just want something to take with me. Um, so yeah, I've been meaning to do this for a while, and it actually, this footage took me 2 months to complete, and in total was over 9 hours of footage. Um, because I basically in this video I'm going to set up this insert, and then I also at one point just start sorting out my reusable albums because um, I realised by taking some of the stickers out, there was loads of gaps and things, and I also realised I hadn't put some of my stickers from my shop into my reusable albums. So this video, I've obviously trimmed it down. It's not 9 hours. I've sped it up, um, but I am trying not to cut any footage out because I one, I think it gives you a really good overview of my collection. Like you literally see me go through every single page in my reusable sticker album, and you see me pick which stickers I'm putting in my little carry along inserts. Which, spoiler alert, is kind of a little bit of everything. That's kind of what I wanted. Um, and two, I think sometimes it's quite nice to just have longer videos where someone's doing something like this. You can put it on in the background while you're doing something similar yourself. A little hint, that's kind of what I was doing while I was watching this. While I was doing this, I was basically watching other people sorting out their planning supplies and stuff. So it was just really fun. So obviously this first section that I'm doing is like emojis and things. So I've got some emojis from the Coffee Monsters Co. Some Once More with Love, little people, I can't remember, Munchkins, aren't they? And there's also some from Pumpkin Paper Co. Is it? I can't remember. I will try and remember the names of the shops. I have like a few shops that I use the most, to be honest, as you will see as we're going through. But I'm not very good at remembering all of the names of all of the shops. Um, and there is also a little bit of this while we're going through of me like shuffling and moving things around. But that's the reality of when you're sorting out this sort of thing. So I thought it was important to kind of leave that sort of thing in so that you can see. Um, so I am going through and picking. I have my albums sorted into these categories. I know some people keep them in shop. I keep them in type. Um, so I have that like emoji kind of section, which I think of as kind of like moods, like emojis. And then I have more like traditional moods. So I have other stickers that are they're basically organized into like happy, sad, um, like tired, burnt out, like anxious, stuff like that. So I have all these different, so like those ones that I'm doing right now, they're my sleepy kind of stickers. Um, and I have like in there, I've got like the onesie little emotis from Coffee Monsters Co. that I love. Um, you'll see I've got some Fox and Pip, some Bubba Bear. Um, so there's all sorts in there. And I just kind of want to have a little bit of everything in this little what's it called? It's an insert, isn't it? It's an insert. That's what people call it. But yeah, so I'm just going through and I'm picking a few of each type of sticker just to put in there to carry along with me. Um, Speaking of stickers, so just before I go into the rest of this video, because time is a ticking, the clock is ticking down. Most people will know that I have a planner sticker shop, and I'm actually discontinuing all of my planner stickers, and I'm actually discontinuing them tonight. So there really is like the crunch is on. Um, to If you want to buy any of my stickers, if you want to stock up on any of my stickers, now is the time to do it, because basically when I wake up tomorrow, I'm going to be discontinuing them tomorrow. So yeah, there is not much time to do it. So I'm going to say that right now, so that hopefully you don't have to get all the way to the end for me to say it, by which time I might have already woken up, depending when you're watching this. Um, but yeah, I'll go into in a second why. But yeah, just so you know, there's 30% off all of the stickers. So those sheets that I'm just that are on screen now, like the Lazy Day and the books and stuff, those are from my sticker collections. So yeah, I am discontinuing all of those stickers. So there is a sale at the moment on my website. It will be linked down below. But yeah, I'll get that bit out of the way so that you are aware. So right now I am putting, I've gone on to my second section, which this one is kind of like health and beauty and wellness. So I have things like I've got like bubble bath stickers and like face mask stickers and things. Um, and even things like having your hair cut and stuff like that. Um, and then the next section that we're just moving into is um, like my home section. So in here I have gardening, cleaning, um, home maintenance, things like that. I think this is like the first point where I was like, "Ooh, is this gonna work?" Because this is a really big section in my sticker collection. I've got a lot of stickers. Um, I've got some Happy Dyer there. I love these cleaning stickers from Happy Dyer. She has these ones that are like the different rooms. I love those. I've also got some GP Sticker Studio. Um, I've got that's some more Bubba Bear, and then I can't remember what the bottom ones are. Are they Sweet Ava? I don't know if she's still called Sweet Ava's Paper. She might have changed the name. I can't remember. There's some Fox and Pips there. Um, so this is me actually putting some of my stickers into my reusable albums. So one of the things that I've been meaning to do for ages is to put my stickers into these reusable albums, and that's partly why later on I start condensing down the stickers that are left in the albums, because I got to a point where I didn't have room to put them in. When I was doing these albums, I thought I would have like a separate one that just had my own stickers in, but realistically, like I I want them in category, like I don't have them by shop, so I wanted them to be in the right area, but I don't really have enough room. You'll notice as I'm doing this, um, and I haven't actually, this album that I'm pulling stickers from at the moment, and the one that's on the right of the screen, that one I still haven't actually sorted out. I haven't gone back and done what I've done with the other one that you will see later on. So I do still need to like condense this one down, but I was getting to the point where like my fingers hurt from picking up stickers. Like like because they go under your nail and they look like they were stabbing my fingers so much that I got to the point where I needed a break. So I stopped and was like, right, no, I'm going to cut off now, and this is, this is when this video is going to get edited and go up. Because it has taken me 2 months to film this. I started, the very first clips were filmed in August. It's now the end of October, and I finished filming this last weekend. um, so yeah, it's been a long old process. Obviously, not doing it all the time, but like sitting for a whole day during a weekend, well, for like half a day during a weekend, doing a few hours of just this. um, so yeah, it was quite full on. So I realised that I've not been talking at all when we've been in this section. So this is my transport section. So it's where I have like cars, travel. Um, I have like suitcase and bag stickers in this section. I really love those Happy Dyer suitcase stickers um, that are like the third row up at the moment on in the Travelers Company insert. They have cats curled up in them. Bert's never really that fussed about climbing into our suitcases, but I do often think it'd be nice to sneak him along. Um, just a little note as well, I am using a traveler's notebook clip to hold the insert open. Um, when I get further down, I start actually like folding it back on itself, which does make it a lot easier. But it did keep like pinging shut while I was doing this at first. So I'm moving into drink at the moment. So this is mainly like tea, hot chocolate, coffee, stickers. There's some fun ones in there. Oh yeah, there's some Bubble Mon Sticker Co. who I quite like. Oh, and the little Gingy. I've not mentioned Gingy yet. I really like the little Gingy stickers. The little gingerbread men, and they're really cute. But yeah. Um, so I realised I haven't actually introduced myself. So if you're new, hello, hi, I'm Georgina. Um, I'm an illustrator living in the UK. Um, I also work full time as a librarian, hence my name. If you're new here, I love books, stationery, crafting, and so on. Um, I haven't really posted much in the past year. I took a bit of a break from YouTube this year. I took about 8 months off posting, I think it was. It was quite a long time. Um, and the most recent videos that I've posted have actually been ones that are ones that I'd filmed ages ago and just hadn't got around to editing. Um, so yeah, it's been a I took quite a long break. Um, and really it was for a couple of reasons really. I got to the point where all of my tech couldn't edit anymore. um, so just to update you, I've just done the food section, which is the one that's on the left hand side of the insert at the moment. And now I'm on to like the money and finance section. Um, oh, and I really love those little like jail stickers. Those are from Banana Doodles, which isn't called that anymore. It is Caffeine and Plans, I think it is, or Caffeine Paper Co. Hannah's shop. Um, but yeah, so I got to the point where none of my tech could edit anymore. Um, my computer was is really quite old. It's a 2013 model iMac. Um, and I filmed my 2022 planner setup, and there was so much footage that my iMac couldn't edit it anymore, and there was actually too much footage for me to be able to edit it on my iPad, which is what I have been doing. I've been editing on my iPad for a while, because the iMac couldn't handle it anymore. And but my iPad is only like a 64 gigabyte iPad. It's not a very big one. And there was more than 40 gigabytes worth of footage, and obviously with everything else on my iPad, it just wouldn't. It just would not. I couldn't even download the files onto the iPad to then be able to edit them. So yeah, so I basically got into this situation where I got all these videos filmed and I couldn't edit them. Um, and then that kind of coincided with like New Year. I if you are new around here, you won't know. At the end of last year, I started a new job, and it was a completely new job. No one had ever done it before, and I basically started it, and then within a couple of weeks, I had a week off, and then I was back at work for a couple of weeks, and then I had another, and then it was like Christmas, um, and I had like 2 whole weeks off over Christmas, and then at the beginning of the year, it kind of was like, oh, I'm now starting this, I'm now doing this new job, I'm trying to get up to speed, trying to figure out what I need to do and how to do this job, and actually kind of figure out what this job is, and that kind of took a lot of my energy for quite a long time because it was yeah, it was quite a it was just trying to figure it out. It was hard. I lost a lot of my routines that I had built up over the last couple of years. um I got diagnosed with ADHD last year, and I'd done really well at figuring out what routines worked for me and what was and getting myself into some really good habits and things. And then um that kind of upskittled a lot of my habits. Like I stopped doing like my yoga that I got into a really, really good routine with. I stopped doing. Um, I just I completely lost like the structure that I built for myself. Which, if you don't know about ADHD, having a structure is really good, but maintaining a structure is really hard with ADHD because where most people where people without ADHD can like if there's something that you don't particularly want to do right then, but you know it would make you better to do it, it would be better if you did do it. You can't make yourself with ADHD. It's really that's the bit that's kind of missing. um, so yeah, so I lost a lot of my routines. I fell out of practice with a lot of the things that I was doing, the things that were helping me. I stopped journaling. Um, I even stopped using a physical planner for about 3 months, I think it was, in the middle of this year. Um, Basically, I went on holiday in March. I went to Florida, which I did film bits to turn into a vlog, but again, it's another video that I just haven't had a chance to edit yet. Um, and I just did not have. I basically I didn't take it with me. I didn't take my planner with me. In fact, there was this moment I was trying to cram things in my suitcase. We went and stayed in the hotel overnight, the night before we were supposed to fly, and um, I was like, do you know what? There isn't room for this. I'm not going to take it. I don't need it. And I think that's one of the other things to note as well. Like this past year, since getting diagnosed with ADHD last year, um, I've realised that the way that I've planned for most of my life, definitely all of my adult life, has been a coping mechanism. It's been a coping skill. It's been a way for me to manage my symptoms without realizing that's what I was doing. Um, so yeah, I suddenly realized that actually I don't need that in the same way, which was really refreshing, but also really threw me for a loop, you know. I'm just going to interrupt this ADHD chat to explain what has been happening. So while I've been chatting, I've gone through like my happy mail section, um, and like this is my hobbies section, and this here, this very bit coming up is where I start to realize that I need to relay out how I've got the stickers in my reusable album because I suddenly realised, like this bit here, that bit just then, I suddenly realised that I've got all of these stickers of crafting stickers that are from my shop that I had no room to put into these reusable albums. So what I started doing was going and like making them interlock. Um, and I don't think I filmed all of that because it was quite tedious. Like I was turning stickers around to make more fit on a page. Um, but you can kind of, so you can see like things are all like much neater than the bits that you've just watched. And I think I actually ended up turning the camera off because um, it was getting dark. This is a separate day. Um, and I think I just was like, right, I'm just going to sort this all out because it was just driving me nuts. um, but yeah, I had these sheets that I wanted to fit in, so I took the decision to sort everything out. But that's why you'll notice now there's like all these like empty pages. And now, as I'm sticking things into the insert, this is what I start doing. So you'll see me doing this a lot, where I'm basically rearranging the stickers. Um, and it was incredibly satisfying, I'm not going to lie. Um, and the stickers I'm doing right now, what's on screen is my like planning stickers. So planning and crafting and stuff like that. But like paper crafting type stickers. Um, but yeah, so going back to the ADHD stuff. So yeah, I kind of realized that the way that I've been planning and journaling and the way that I needed everything to be written down and everything to be in these books, it was a coping mechanism. It was because if it wasn't written down, I didn't remember. But I literally didn't remember. That is part of ADHD, is that I forget. Um, and I kind of realised that sometimes it's okay to forget. I am human, um, and people who try and pick me apart because I forget things or whatever, that's a them problem. That's not a me problem. That is something that can't be helped, um, because I'm human. Sorry that you're getting the shot off the top of my head there. Oh, and Bert has just come to see me. I don't know if he's going to be out. He's wet because it's been raining outside. Um, but yeah, so it kind of changed how I was planning, which also it was kind of like I went through a little bit of a planning crisis. um, I haven't been. Oh, there's, there's now a wet cat on my knee. um, I don't know if he will talk or not. If he does, then you know why. If you can hear that, that is Bert jumping all over. But yeah, so I kind of went through a little bit of a planning crisis this year. I am back using my paper planner again. I think I tried to go digital because one of the things with the ADHD is that having reminders and alerts and things is vitally important. Because as much as I can write stuff down, if I don't look at it, then I won't remember. So having actual reminders and alarms is very important. And obviously, paper can't do that. So yeah, I tried to go digital. I tried to like have things stored digitally. Um, for some things, I think it works. For other things, I'm not convinced. In terms of like actual managing to-do lists and tasks and stuff, I have tried so many task managing apps, and it works for my day job, but for my personal life, paper is best. I've discovered. Um, for my personal life, when it comes to apps, it just doesn't work. And like for my business, um, paper. Oh, excuse me, I'm yawning. For my personal life, and for my business, paper is definitely the winner. Um, so you can see now, this is when um, I get the tweezers out because this is when the stickers started hurting my fingers. So yeah, I started using the tweezers to try and organize these ones. So again, I'm still in my planning section. Um, so these are bow stickers, and I can't remember where they're from. the GP Sticker Studio, or I can't remember, sorry. Oh, one of the other brands that I've got quite a few stickers of is Papershire. There's those TN planners at the top of that sheet are from Papershire. Um, but yeah, so sorry, I'm talking all over the place. But basically, I had a bit of a planning crisis over the past year, um, and I just kind of wanted to really prioritize what I'm focusing on and um, what I'm spending my time on and what I am giving my energy to. And um, I was getting a little bit where I was just planning for YouTube. I wasn't planning in the way that I wanted to. I wasn't journaling in the way that I wanted to. And what worked for me, it's like I was changing my system up and adjusting things because I felt like I should, because of what other people were doing, or because it meant that I would have content, when actually the system that I was using was working for me and I didn't really want to change it. So, yeah, so that's kind of what has kind of happened in terms of the last few months, in terms of planning and things. Um, yeah, I've quite enjoyed though, like going back and editing the videos that I um, had pre-recorded. I still probably will edit the other ones that I haven't managed to get around to yet. I mean, I've got like vlogs from last year that need editing. Um, but I finally invested in a new computer this month. So it's long overdue. I've been needing it for over a year, and I finally took the plunge and invested in a new computer, so I can finally edit again. Which, yeah, I'm just really happy to actually be able to be back doing this bit, because I really, as much as I had a planning crisis and things, and I felt like I was making planning choices for the content. I do really love making YouTube videos. I just find it really fun. Um, so I think that's probably why I've got so many that I've filmed and just not edited yet, because editing was always stressful because my tech couldn't keep up. Um, but I do really enjoy it. I find it really fun. I've always found it fun. Um, so yeah, there's some more things coming up. Like I said, so I've got a video that is kind of like me talking through. I've just given you a brief overview of what's been going on planning wise, but I have actually got a video talking about like all the different planners that I have used, that I've tried over the past 8 months, 10 months, or whatever it is. So like an update. And then I've got my planner for next year, which I've already got. Um, I've also got a video of a haul. I went to London a couple of months ago with my mum and my sister, and I bought a few bits and bobs from a couple of stationery shops. So I've got a little haul, and I've got a video of my like journaling pouch that's got all of my travel journaling stuff in. Um, yeah, so I've got quite a few bits and bobs that need editing and posting. But yeah, so I said right back at the beginning that I would explain why I'm closing my sticker shop, didn't I? And I've not done that yet, so I'll just quickly sort of explain that, like the reasoning behind it. Um, I mean, I don't think it's escaped anyone's notice, but I've been investing much more time in my illustration side of things over the past couple of years. Um, I basically, when was it? Oh, I can't even remember. I started drawing book spines a few years ago now. Probably five, no, oh gosh, Corona brain. I think probably it was more like 5 or 6 years ago now. Um, and like I'm a librarian. I'm a huge bookworm. I love books. I have always loved books. Um, like my mum literally says she thinks that I wouldn't be able to survive without books. And like books are just my passion. And when I started drawing the book spines and things, it was just because I just had this thing of I just love how they look when they are worn and broken and like vintage book spines. I just think that they are so much better than modern book spines. Um, so yeah, that's kind of it's been my passion for a few years now, and that don't get me wrong, I loved my sticker shop when I first started. I was really passionate about it. And over the years, I've had like peaks and troughs where I've got really excited about it and things, and I've come up with new products and stuff. Um, but I found it really, really hard to maintain the momentum, especially over the last few years. I think the planner sticker, like community, the the sector, the business sector, if you know what I mean, has become so hard to compete in. Um, if you don't do it full time, if you don't have all of the hours of the day to invest in it, it is really hard to actually compete, to keep making new products enough to satisfy everyone. Like the whole thing of having like weekly releases, like most businesses do not manage like weekly releases. Most companies do like a collection for a season and stuff. And I was trying to do that, but I couldn't even manage that. Like I would spend I think as well, because a lot of the planner sticker businesses use clip art and things, it's easier for them to churn things out. Whereas when you're hand drawing things, and like I have to do so many different variations, all the different colours and everything, and it was taking me forever. Um, it was taking me weeks just to get the drawings done, and then like formatting, cutting, being able to take the photos, get the listings up, and all of that. It's quite time intensive, the back end. And over time, I just realised that I was spending so much time, like I was spending all of my available time really for the business on prepping orders and stuff, um, and not enjoying it anymore. So it was around about that time that I started, like when I started taking things off Etsy. That was when I really realized, you know what, I'm not happy doing this anymore and spending all my time like literally like cutting stickers that I've already designed, and they're like I want to update them, but I haven't even got time to update them. Um, and I was like cutting basic rectangular boxes, and as much as functional stickers are useful, they aren't what I was interested in. Like I'm really interested in like the icons and things because that's what I drew, and I was really more passionate about those ones. Um, sorry, just to explain, I'm doing my fandom section right now. I think I must have already done like the business stickers, which is like the computers and packing and stuff like that. But this is my like fandom stickers, so it's like Harry Potter and Disney and Star Wars and stuff like that. But yeah, so I was getting to the point where I was just really fed up. So I took all of my stickers off Etsy. I did it over time. Like I took down the color collection functional stickers first because I didn't want those ones were the ones that were actually like making me fed up. Um, and I put them all onto my website instead. Um, and then when I put them onto my website, obviously it's much harder to drive the traffic to get the orders over there. Um, but I kind of realised that actually I wasn't sad about that, and that's when I really realised that um, I didn't really want to be selling the stickers anymore. And it was kind of one of those things where I realised that the more time that I invested in um, prepping orders to send out, the less time I actually got to do the planning. So, like the YouTube videos that I made last year, if I had still been getting the same volume of orders that I had been previously, I wouldn't have had time to do those YouTube videos. Like it was, it really was like it wasn't sustainable. So, yeah, so I made that decision. Um, I like a few months ago, really. I mean, I've been talking about winding down the stickers for actual years now. But yeah, a couple of months ago, um, it was actually, if you're in the UK Planner Addicts group, all of the stuff with the big meat, I was seriously considering. The big meet was going to be like my last big planner event. I was holding out selling the stickers for the big meet. To be honest, if you're not in the UK Planner Addicts group, if you don't know what I'm talking about, there was all this drama with an event that was supposed to happen in 2020. I won't go into it too much, but basically, it never happened. It's been a whole big drama. We've been fighting for our money back. But that event, I was holding on selling the stickers for that event. Um, and when it became very apparent that event wasn't going to happen, that's when I kind of was like, right, I'm not going to keep holding on doing something that I don't love anymore, that is actually meaning that I don't even want to do the thing that they're for. Like, I wasn't feeling inspired to do any planning to play with my own stickers that I owned because I got so fed up of being surrounded by stickers, like producing them. Um, so yeah, I was like, no, enough's enough. I am I'm gonna discontinue them. And yeah, I've just kind of posted about it a few times. I put a sale up, um, and that was it really. And yeah, hopefully, so tomorrow I'm gonna be saying bye bye to all of those listings, and it's one of those things. I know that like lots of people have said to me that I was the first sticker shop that they ever bought from, and people have got these fond memories and stuff. Because I think way back when I first started, I don't know that there were very many UK sticker shops on Etsy. I don't think they were because I was like ordering from the US. And that's partly why I started my shop really because I was like, oh, and also because no one did the stickers that I wanted. um, but yeah, lots of people have sort of said they've got these memories of my shop being the first one that they ever purchased from, which kind of, on one hand, makes me really sad that I am closing that side of the shop, but then also, people have moved on, people have got their favourite shops, and I think that's the other thing. It's almost like the market is so saturated but actually it's only the big shops that seem to get a lot of business. I've seen a lot of small shops going out of business. A lot of small shops just saying, you know what, enough's enough. I'm not going to keep trying. And yeah, I mean it's kind of sad um, to see, but also what, fair play to those who have managed to turn it into their full-time job. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I would want to, um, because I just think it's too um, it's too tenuous a market. Like if you look at how the trends have changed over the past few years, even like I would not want that to be my main income, in all honesty. But um, I think it's great for people that have managed to make it their business. But I also think it's quite scary. So yeah, but yeah, so I am discontinuing all of the planner stickers. I have said it's probably not the end of stickers completely because I have got some like watercolor designs that I want to turn into like journaling stickers. But traditional like planner stickers like icons and stuff like that are definitely going to be gone. And I'm actually really looking forward to my website, it being easy to find listings because it is so hard for me to find like listings for like greetings cards and things because I have so many listings for stickers on my website that it's actually that I have to sift through them to try and find my greetings card listings when I need to do any edits or anything. Um, yeah. So yeah. But yeah, so that's going to be they're going to be saying I'm saying bye bye to planner stickers. Um, I'm still probably going to be making some for myself when there isn't something that I want or whatever. But yeah, I mean it's an end of an era, I suppose, but also it's time, it's time. Like I'm ready to move on. Like my life is completely different to how it was then, really. Not completely, but it is very different, and I have different priorities, um, and I feel really passionately about the other side of my business. So I want to invest in it more. So the section that I'm doing at the minute um, is my like family and friends section. So I've already done um, like relationships. So I've already done stickers that are supposed to be me and James that I used to mark me and James, and I've already done the Bert stickers. So I have a whole section of stickers that are cat stickers, obviously. um, and now these stickers are like friends and family. So I have stickers for like me and my mum and my sister spending time together and stuff. So I'm just sorting those ones out. You can see I am trying to get them to fit into the album in the best way that I can. Um, Ideally, I would like to actually get down to one album. Like, whether that will ever actually happen, I'm not sure. Because, well, I'm in two. I think they once I condense the first one down, it won't be completely full, but I don't think it would be empty enough for me to combine them both into one, unfortunately. So it just means I just have to use them. I just have to use more stickers. Um, but yeah, they haven't been getting used this year. That's the thing. I've just not used them this year. So yeah, I really need to start using them again. Really, I haven't decided what I'm going to do for that in terms of next year. I'm not going to try this year. I don't think. Um, for the rest of this year. I mean, there's only 2 months left. um, but yeah, I don't think I'm not fussed about trying to like fix this year. Um, so I don't know that I'm not, yeah, I'm not sure. I have got a solution. I have got something lined up, but which I will go into in another video. But yeah, I'm not sure what I'm actually I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. I'll have to see. This is the thing. This is one of the things that's been really nice actually about um, about taking that time off from like YouTube. And I also I wasn't really making many Instagram posts. I was kind of having a bit of time away from social media almost. It was not completely, I was still consuming a lot of it. And I was still posting occasionally, but I basically took the pressure away from myself, from creating all the time. And one of the nice things about that was that I could just kind of like go with my whims and just do what I felt like doing most days rather than feeling like, oh, I've got a posting schedule, I've got to stick to this posting schedule, I've got to be posting every time and every week, I've got to have another video and things. Being a bit more fluid with it was actually really quite nice. I kind of, it's almost like I learned again what I like spending my time doing rather than what I was making myself do. And I realized I enjoy making videos. I just do not like the frustration of trying to use technology that doesn't work. I get really, really frustrated with technology. I'm very impatient. I want it to work straight away. I want it to work quickly. So yeah, I realised that when technology doesn't work, that is not the one for me. But yeah, I learned that I do enjoy making videos. I do enjoy planning, but I've got to be in the right frame of mind. I don't want to. I think I have been pressuring myself to do it, and I don't want to pressure myself. I want to just do it when I want to do it because I'm enjoying doing it then, rather than making myself feel like, oh, I've got to do it because otherwise, this planner that is dated isn't going to be, is going to run out, and then I'm not going to have used it and things. And I just think, well, does that really matter in the long run? Does it really matter? Probably not. I think we like to tell ourselves it does, but actually, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really matter. um, and do you know what? This year I've done so much reading. I've done way more reading than I have for the past few years. I've really enjoyed what I'm reading. Um, that is one good thing, actually. I know I said that I'd kind of like lost a lot of my routines. One routine that I have got down, I'm doing really well, and have been for months now, is first thing in the morning. I sit and read in the morning, and it is so nice. Like I come downstairs, I feed Bert, I make my breakfast, and I sit in the window and I read my book, and it's just a really nice start to the day. I might actually do a video on the routines that I have got, because I just think that having those little moments is really important. Yeah, Bert's really good. I don't know if you can hear. He's like having a wash next to me. Lovely. Thanks, Bert. Bert's fine. James is fine. Um, we finally went on our Florida holiday. I mentioned earlier, but I know if some of you were watching our videos, like my videos from last year, you'll have known, like I kept saying, like, well, we're supposed to be going to Florida next March, whether we will or not. We finally got to go. It's very exciting, nerve-wracking, not going to lie, but it was really good. It was an experience. I don't think I ever really want to go back to that part of Florida again, even though it was absolutely beautiful. Like where we were staying, it was beautiful, but let's just say I did not feel comfortable in that part of Florida at all, where we were. But it was lovely for us to go and have our holiday. And I went to Madewell for the first time. I spent a lot of money in Madewell after years of seeing like American people talking about, oh, I got this at Madewell. I got some really nice clothes from there. I did a big, like, I've still got loads actually to list, but I sold loads and loads of clothes at the beginning of the year, because of losing the weight over the last couple of years. If you haven't seen. I lost what, over 15 kilos. I can't remember how much it is now in total. It's over 15 kilos um, since April 2020, and so most of my clothes didn't fit me anymore. So I had actually when we were going to Florida, I didn't have that many clothes to take with me because so many of them were now too big. So yeah, I had made myself like a little. I've got a little stash that I could treat myself to some clothes with, so I did. Um, and we went to Cheesecake Factory, which was amazing. Um, we didn't do Florida or anything like that. Basically, if you we were going to go and see a race, um, and then we had a few days in. We went to um, Tampa for the day, and then we went to Orlando for a couple of days, and then back down to fly back from Miami. And it was just lovely. It was just really nice. And like I said, where we stayed on a lake um, in the middle of Florida. Um, it was just beautiful. I went and I did yoga on the dock in the mornings. Um, I did yoga on the lawn in front of the lake, like looking over this beautiful lake. I sat and read my book on the dock. It was just oh, it was so peaceful. Like when most people talk about, oh, you're going on a Florida holiday, people are going to Orlando, they're going to Disney, they're going to Warner Brothers, they're doing, Universal, sorry. Um, they tend to be very full on holidays, and the type of racing that we go to is quite full on. We go to endurance racing, so these races are um, anything from 8 to 28, 24 hours long. Um, so, motorsport racing, by the way. Um, so they are quite full on, um, but it was nowhere near as full on as if we had also tried to do like Disney and stuff like that as well. So it was quite nice to just have those few days afterwards to just do what we wanted to do, go out for tea, um, and just generally enjoy ourselves. Um, I did have this amazing um, grouper po' boy in a local bar to where we were staying. So the race that we went to was the Sebring, was a race at Sebring, and so that's the area that we were staying in. That I was saying was a bit. It made me uncomfortable. Um, no offense to anyone who lives there, but yeah, it made me really uncomfortable. Um, but we went to this local bar called Jackson's, which reminded me a little bit of like Malot's from the Sookie Stackhouse books. So like True Blood, if you've ever seen True Blood, they're based on a book series. And it kind of reminded me of that, like proper southern charm. I know it's not quite the right state, because it's not Louisiana, but nearby. And I had a grouper po' boy, and we had battered pickles, and it was glorious. It was just so glorious. Like that's the one thing. Like the food was so good. Um, the best food that I have ever had at a racetrack. I've been to quite a few racetracks now. Um, I've never been to a racetrack before and been able to get a poke bowl or a lobster roll. That was a first. Um, like the food at the racetrack was insane. It was so good. There was alcoholic ice cream. Like it was like really, really, really good. But it was so weird. Obviously, it's the first racetrack in America that we've been to. The ones that we go to in Europe and in the UK and everywhere, everyone walks. Like you walk around the track. That's what you do. I mean, unless you're at the Nürburgring, in which case you can't actually walk around the track, but people go out on their bikes or they go out in their cars and drive around the outskirts of the track. Um, in at Sebring, I cannot tell you how many weird looks we got because we wanted to walk. Everyone was driving around in like these little golf carts, and um, and everyone was lovely. They were like, "Oh, do you want to ride?" They would pull up and they're like, "Hey guys, do you want to ride?" And it's like, "No, no, no, it's all right. Thanks, we're walking." And they'd just look at us like, "You're walking," um, which was a bit of a weird sensation, to be honest. I don't know. Is that just? Well, no, I suppose it is kind of a like America isn't really, well, certainly Florida, the bits of Florida I've been to aren't really built for walking places, are they? So yeah, everywhere's just kind of built for you to drive to everything, isn't it? Which is a shame. I went to a Trader Joe's. It was amazing. Um, I bought probably the most expensive peanut butter that I've ever bought in my life, but it was delicious. And I got everything but the bagel seasoning. I also got Green Goddess seasoning. Um, and yeah, it was great. I bought I bought some of the famous dips. I can't remember what they are now, but I bought some really nice dips. Um, so it was a great trip. I really do hope that I do one day actually get around to editing it, so that I can share it with you all because it was weird because it's still right up until like the last, like just before we were going, it still didn't really feel real. I think as well because like at that point we still had to have a COVID test and things to travel, um, and so right up until like the day before we were going and having these COVID tests, and honestly, I was so anxious that we would fail the tests, and that we wouldn't be able to go, and there'd been all this build up, and we were finally going, and then I was just so anxious that day when we were taking those tests, and yeah, we had to go and have like the proper ones where a person does it and things, and it just yeah, but we got to go. The flights were long. Um, when we'd originally booked it, we were going to be before COVID because we were supposed to be going in 2020, and it literally got so we were supposed to fly out in March 2020. If you don't know this story, um, in fact, it got cancelled. What I think it was like we were supposed to fly out. I think on the 16th or the 17th of March, um, and the Friday before, on James's birthday, or was it no, the Thursday before on James's birthday, it got cancelled. And we had quite a fraught few days of trying to sort everything out because essentially the race had been cancelled, but the airline were being a bit. But when we had first been planning to go, we were supposed to be going from the airport, which is near where we live, which James works at. So all of our flights and everything were booked from that airport, and all of our like original plans and everything was as if we were going from that airport. Um, and then since COVID, they're now not doing the flights that we would originally have been getting. So we had to go from Manchester this time. So it made it a little bit. It made it even longer. And we were going because we were doing it as if we were going from James's work. We went via Amsterdam, so we went via Schiphol, which did make it a little bit longer. But actually, it was quite nice because it broke it up a little bit, even though it was a very long day, like a very long day. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I'm not a very confident flyer, and I can't sleep on planes. Other people are always like, "Oh, just go to sleep." I can't sleep on planes. I'm an incredibly light sleeper, so the noise of the plane is not conducive to me feeling restful. So, just to give you an update on what on earth I'm doing on screen, these are all the business stickers that I said a little while ago. I don't know if I've done those yet. These are the business stickers. So, um, they're like packing order stickers, like dropping off parcel stickers. I've got stickers for cutting, stickers, printing, which the printing ones will still get used. The cutting ones, well, they'll still get used a little bit because I'll still cut stickers for me, and I'll still cut stickers for um, like my logo stickers and stuff. I still I make them all in house, and I that won't change. Um, but yeah, so I'm just sorting those ones out. Partway through, I started just rather than flipping back and forth for every single sticker, I started just putting them all onto the reusable album. It was just such a good idea. I don't know why I didn't do that earlier. Much more efficient. But you can see when I flip the page, you can see quite how many sheets I've managed to free up by just condensing the stickers down a bit, which is kind of mad. But when you think, gosh, I managed to free up that many pages just by how I laid the stickers on the page. um, it just makes you think, trying to be more efficient does save quite a lot of room. These are those. These are like my stickers that are more for my day job, um, rather than the business. These last ones. So they're like running late stickers, which I am always running late. Even now I have got my ADHD medication and things, I'm still always running late. And video call stickers. I love it. Oh yeah, that's another shop that I really, really love. Paper and Milk, and yeah, I got my first order from her the other year, and I really like hers. Um, so where are we up to now? So I think I actually ended up freeing up something like 10 pages by doing this, like 10 pages, which bearing in mind that I thought this was a fairly full album, um, that's a lot. Um, I definitely, yeah, I can't believe quite how many pages I managed to free up. It just kind of blows my mind a little bit. Um, so I'm just trying to find a different way to put in my stickers. One of the other things that I was trying to do when I was trying to reorganize these was actually to um not just fit my stickers in, but also to try and like make each section like finish on a page rather than like finish on a spread rather than going over onto other pages. Because I didn't want like half a page or whatever just for one category. So now we're on to like my seasonal section. Um, and this is like birthdays, Christmas. I have some autumn stickers in there. Not very many like Halloween. A couple of Halloweeny. Not very many. Mostly birthdays and Christmas, to be honest. Because they're the seasons that I celebrate the most. Um, but I don't, I don't actually use that many of. Even when I was using a lot of stickers all the time, I think I kind of forget about birthday stickers. Probably because I forget about birthdays. I'm terrible at remembering people's birthdays. I am terribly sorry if you are a friend or a family member whose birthday I forgot. Um, yeah, I'm not the best at remembering, but those those ones that I'm doing right now, those are those Fox and Pip cupcake stickers. Those I really like. Um, I have some Fox and Pip stickers that I'm like indifferent about. But those cupcake stickers I really like. She's got the swirl of the buttercream just right. Um, I hope that you can't hear my tummy is rumbling. Probably because I'm talking about cupcakes. Um, um, yeah, so these ones, I can't remember who are those ones by. I think they're made GP6 Studio, I can't remember. These ones are really fun. They're like Bubba Bear Studio, I think. Is it Bubba Bear Studio? Bubba Bear, anyway. And they've got the bear coming out of the cake, or like the bear is part of the cake. I can't quite remember. But they're really fun. I really like those ones. They're cool. So this is where we start getting into like the more seasonal type stuff. So they're like my autumn stickers, and they're more gingy stickers. I just love the gingy stickers. Um, like there's ones where Gingy's in like a pile of leaves, then ones where he's wearing a little witch's hat on a pumpkin, which I really like. Um, then I think these, yeah, we're getting into Christmas. So I've got quite a lot of Christmas stickers. I've got like Christmas working stickers, I've got Christmas tree stickers, I've got a lot of Christmas baking stickers. Um, and that, if you didn't know, is because I do a whole thing um, at Christmas time. I essentially I make um, like hampers for all of my family. That's like their main present is like a hamper. Um, so at Christmas time, I am basically chained to my kitchen. So if you like baking and foodie content, um, usually around Christmas time is when I will share random bits of baking on Instagram stories. And I make things like marshmallows and meringues and macarons and cookies and caramels. And I don't just, I don't, like last year I made panettone for the first time. No, not for the first time, but I think it was the first time I gave it to people. Um, and this year I really want to have a go at making Pandoro. Um, so wish me luck. um, which I think basically Pandora is a bit like angel food cake, but yeah, so I'm gonna give that a go. And yeah, so I have a lot of baking stickers. So right now in this little bit of video, what I am doing is I discovered that I got all of these like script stickers for different times of the year. And in all honesty, I don't really like them. um, I won some credit for a few shops, and I basically just got these to try, but I didn't really like them, and so I've had them for ages, and I decided suddenly that I was just going to try and use some of that. So I stuck them through um, my Hobonichi weeks for this year. I just shoved in. I used the silver ones because I thought of the ones that are left, I would probably use the gold and rose gold, but the silver probably not so much. I'm not as keen on silver foil. Um, so and I also the ones that were for like days that I don't mark, I don't know when it is. I'm not really bothered when it is. Like St George's Day and stuff like that. I just got rid of because I just thought, why am I keeping these when they're not something that I would ever really pay any attention to. So yeah, I decided to do a little bit of culling while I was doing that. And this next section, which is the last section, I do a lot of culling in this section. I don't know if I actually show culling the stickers in the video. I don't think I do actually. But I have all of these stickers that are they're like functional stickers, but they're like decorative functional. It's hard to explain. Um, they're boxes, but they're like decorative boxes. And I decided that actually I'm not that fussed about them. So I, oh no, I think I did actually just keep them in the album. I don't think I actually got rid of them, but I put hardly any of them in the traveler's notebook insert. So I was just like, well, I'm not that bothered about them really. So I wasn't going to go to great efforts to transfer them over. Um, but yeah, and then there's I discovered that I've got a hell of a lot of bow stickers at the back of this sticker album, which sometimes you look at things that you've purchased. But I can't be the only person. I cannot be the only person in the planner community that does this. Like you look at things that you purchased because everyone was buying them, and you go, "Why on earth have I got all of these?" I'm not a particularly bow type of person, but I've got a hell of a lot of bow stickers. So I'm keeping the bows, but like I've got all these like little you can just see them every time I lift the page up. These little flags with little bows on. I didn't bother keeping those. I got rid of those. But yeah, so I did have a little bit of a cull of this last section. But we're coming to the end now. Um, you've just watched over an hour of me sorting out stickers and listening to me ramble. So well done if you've got all the way to the end. Hopefully, I'll be putting some new content up soon. Um, and I hope that you enjoyed this video and just, yeah, well done for getting to the end. Thanks very much.